Hello and greetings, one and all. Thank you for joining us. Coming at you live from Magic Kingdom today. This is Tony and LPHQ East. I am not in the park, but Jeremiah is. Jeremiah, tell us what's going on.
We are currently celebrating 626 Day, and we're at the Galactic Blast, where if you haven't been following our X or Instagram or TikTok, some other aliens have decided to show up with folks.
Oh,
And
wow.
we just happen to be here while Angel and Kids are coming in. I'll get out here for you.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, wait, um, and Dr. Hank Curtino and it's got to.
So we're going to have you say everything you're saying again as you pull away from where all the noise is, because I think your earbuds are trying to drown all the background noise out, and it's drowning out everything.
Oh, nice. So we are here celebrating 626 Day. They're bringing out aliens about every 20 minutes here at the Galactic Blast. As you can see, Stitch and Angel, not Angel, are on the stage right now. And in about 20 minutes, either Dr. Hamsterville or Gontu will show up, which I personally have not seen them out since the failed villains night of Hollywood Studios nearly a decade ago. So it's lots of fun to see them. But we have videos and photos becoming like articles, and we have videos on all of our socials. So go check those out.
Speaking of the social, let's go ahead and pop that up. We are at Magic Kingdom today, so be sure to follow us on X, Instagram, all that stuff for regular updates at laughing_place. I would want to go see Gantu.
Yeah, I don't often look at myself and go, that was great. The Instagram and TikTok, the video that is on there, I'm in the front row, and Gantu pretty much looks down at me, so I'm looking up at him, and it's with the sun right behind him. It's one of those things. I'm like, that was pretty cool.
Now, if you've only seen the live action Lilo and Stitch that came out a few weeks ago, you have no idea who we're talking about. But Gantu is one of the lead villains, I guess you could say, in the original animated classic dating back to 2002.
I somehow doubt that there's people who've only seen that live action. But
we'll see.
Not like
Barbara
How to Train Your
Collins
Dragon.
very ominously says, "Look behind you."
I'm sorry. Look, there he is. He's live and in person. Hey, let's do a meta moment. Let's look at us recording you, recording us.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, my computer's overheating. It doesn't know what to do.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for following along. We'll see you later on.
Very nice. Also catching up with some comments. Fred Ramirez says hello. And Austin says the magic, lots of emoji symbols day. So I guess it's the magic day.
It's always magic day.
Is that the old cool ship?
Yep. I just took a ride on the People Mover, and it looks like if they're not removing everything, they are going to go through and do some massive installation and get a whole brand new structure right there, because they're digging down pretty deep.
I always thought that took place on the other side of the park where they dig a little deeper.
Yes. So how are you celebrating 626 Day, Tony?
So far today, I've caught up with a Parks blog post where they were celebrating it by going into the former animation building at Hollywood Studios, the one that nobody gets to see, not even as part of the tour back in the day, the 4-story office complex that was built in 1998. But I was looking at stuff from that and got a little like, why are we seeing this? This is not supposed to be seen by the public. It gives very much when the trespassers would go into the old Nickelodeon studios, that kind of vibe. But I'll probably put on Lilo and Stitch later to answer your question.
In 4K.
In 4K, that's correct. Fred says, "Did you guys hear the news from Disney?" That's kind of our job. What news in specific are you referring to, Fred?
Somehow I'm guessing Lilo and Stitch 2, no glitch reported as of yet.
We'll branch out a little bit. Did you see the big news from Universal that came out moments ago?
Yes, they're building a. I laugh because this sure does sound a lot like a Disney test that they did a few years ago.
Doesn't it? That's why I brought it up.
Yes,
and it
they're
was
building
more than a few years ago, by the way.
Yeah, 3 decades? No, not 3.
Almost 3. Yeah.
Yeah, because Disney Quest opened right around the time I first came. Yeah, the Horror Unleashed is opening in Chicago. I wonder if it's the same spot that the
I
Disney
have
Quest
had
was.
that thought as well. Somebody was kind of hinting at it to me, and it sounded so much like the Vegas one. I was like, "You're thinking of Vegas?" No, it's Chicago. I'm like, "You're thinking of Vegas. You're thinking of Vegas." I'm like, "There's no way they would do Chicago. That's too much like Disney Quest." And then, sure enough, I'm gonna put my shoe in my mouth. But yeah.
Oh, well,
Fred says Lilo and Stitch 2, I'm guessing. So yes, didn't we kind of know that though? I thought that was maybe it was rumored after the other one was successful.
Yeah, it was rumored. There wasn't anything, and the woman who voiced Angel did an interview, and they asked her about it, and they're like, she goes, "I would absolutely be in a sequel if they asked me." Like, that sure does sound like you already know something.
Yeah.
So we're going to walk back to the circus area and check out what's going on with the Cool Kids Summer. Since the last time I think I walked back here doing a walk and talk was the first day of Cool Kids Summer, when I know things are subject to change, but it's been pretty amazing watching Cool Kids Summers evolve from like a DJ in each of the parks to like jugglers and now more magicians and everything else. Like, yeah, you guys undersold and then are over delivering, but I think it's also the reviews, the early reviews are kind of like yeah. So they definitely reinvested and added in entertainment at Epcot. And I know over here
to me says summertime like close-up magic. So
hey, it was inside. That was all that mattered to me.
Fred updates us. Disney Channel is currently doing a marathon of Lilo and Stitch, the series, and the movie will be on later tonight. Proud of Fred for watching Disney Channel.
But did I see in the news blurb that the cartoon is now on Disney Plus?
The
Lilo and Stitch?
The series, you mean?
Yeah.
Let's look. Yeah. Log me in.
Yeah. I feel like I may have overhyped the additions because I think over here now it's still just the DJ, and they've kind of taken away. Well, not taken away, but they had a lot of. Oh no! Looks like there's somebody on a unicycle.
Lilo and Stitch, the series, is on Disney Plus.
Hey. That's exciting because I never really got to watch all the series because that was kind of in between the times. Okay, this edition is really cool.
Sorry, I was expecting more.
Yeah. Good build up.
There we go. Hooray, applause. When I first thought when you first walked up and she just kind of rolled over it, I got like, really? That's what we're doing?
No, without the sound, we definitely have to make it so you can hear because it was very much the you want to see it again tease. So yeah. Walk into Big Top Souvenirs, see if we got any close up magic or anything going on in here. It was not supposed to rhyme, so I'm enjoying the air hitting me.
Is it accelerated right there?
Yeah, it's a little bit of the wind tunnel.
I forgot they added tables and chairs in there.
Yeah. And arts and crafts. Looks like the magician is just now going backstage. So
He looks like brighter colors, but what I'm about to reference was black and white. But he looks like just the way he had the walk and the cart, like plucked right from a Twilight Zone episode.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Excuse us.
Fred, did anybody see the new trailer for the new Fantastic Four movie? I saw the trailer ahead of Elio, but I don't think that was new.
No, that was not. The new one just dropped yesterday, and it is looking more and more ominous. I'm very excited for it, and I loved Elio. It was so cute. Yeah, I'm sad that like, was it Pete Docter that said that they have to find something, or they're going to be Toy Story 27 soon.
That sounds like a Pete Docter quote, because
Yeah, it was something he stated after the numbers came out. It was like, we need to get ahead of what people want, or else there's just going to be.
My wife and I had planned on going on Saturday. And I was like, yeah, we're going to contribute. And then some of our close friends with kids were like, no, we need to do something on Saturday. And we're like, okay. So we readjusted and decided to go Monday. And then our friends bailed on us. So we ended up going Monday. I'm like, no, the Elio box office take. So my apologies for my part there.
Your $28 on the medium end, I don't think would have saved it, but go see it. I would love to see it like have some legs and pick up, but what do we have this weekend coming up? This weekend's Megan 2 and
okay. That can't be right. Okay, F1, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Megan 2.0. Limited releases of some independent films that I've not heard of. I don't want to read them here.
Yeah, and then next weekend we have Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yep.
And then no, Fantastic Four is not till towards the end of the month. But
it's July 25th, I believe.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but this week is Megan 2 and F1 the movie.
But I would love to say, oh, well, that means people with families will go see Elio. No, people with families will go see How to Train Your Dragon.
I was on Letterboxd the other day, and a review for How to Train Your Dragon popped up, and it said, God, this would look so good if it were animated. And I'm like, I really hope that's sarcastic.
See, okay, we're going off on our normal tangents. I don't think I've watched How to Train Your Dragon since it came out. I saw it in the theaters animated. I enjoyed it. And then I saw the live action, which is live action for the most part. And it's a really good film. My response was, it's very easy to make a really good live action film when you're just almost shot for shotting a live act or a really good animated feature.
But then at that point, do we need it? It's like the Vince Vaughn Psycho.
Yes, anyway. But Vince Vaughn Psycho, they updated. This was it.
They added like a thing.
Well, they also changed the house.
Oh well, yeah, but
That's but I think the big difference is more people. Well, the time distance is definitely a factor in that. It's at the point where the kids that saw the animated are like, "Oh, look, a live action," and I think that's what Disney really wanted with all of their last ones. I mean, Lilo and Stitch definitely showed that it doesn't matter how great or okay the movie is, if it has that I need to see it feeling, people will go and see it.
I'm very curious also, because we were talking about this with Isle of Burke at Epic, because they're all Universal properties, and I was like, because Paramount was the distributor for the original How to Train Your Dragon animated movie, and then 2 was distributed by 20th Century Fox, and then the Hidden World was distributed by Universal Pictures. So I feel like the live action was also kind of a whole. We need to get this officially under the Universal umbrella. So, thank you, Luke. Luke, point is Vince Vaughn Psycho was it literally a shot-for-shot remake? Outside of one gratuitous moment I could think of that is not in the original, and I'm not going to say what that is on the live stream.
No, I was working at Universal when they filmed that, and they actually the not original Psycho House, because the Psycho House on the tram tour, no matter how many times they say it that it's original, is not the original Psycho House. They built the facade over that Psycho House, and it stayed there for years, even after the movie had failed. But the biggest thing was the original, the Psycho House has been on the back lot for 50 plus years. You walk up to it and push it too hard and it'll fall over. So they had to go through and do some major work on it.
Which is the vibe that whole thing gives off anyway.
Yeah. It's a Small World, soon to have a new lyric.
Do we know the date on that?
No, I don't even think we officially know that it is. Well, I don't know what happened with the checking on that. I know that we published the story that it's going to have a new lyric, but no word. It would be interesting to see if that pops up on the 17th with Disneyland, but I don't think it will.
A new post from Disney Music Emporium seems to indicate that is also coming to Disney World.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of assumed that, but we never got it confirmed from the jump. And we know it's going to Disneyland on the 17th, excuse me. So I would assume it would be after that. When's the next refurb coming to Florida?
Who knows? But that's one that they could,
Hi, Sonia.
I would say that would be an easy drop in, because they don't really have to change the mouth movements that much, if at all.
Fred says he wanted to see Elio on Friday with his friend, but he got sick with a sore throat. He's much better now, which means, Fred, that you guys can go see it now.
Here's the line for Haunted Mansion. The park isn't horribly busy. I mean, well, you look at the strollers, it's busy, but it's not horribly busy. It's just the line for Haunted Mansion always is forever. At least there's, people eaters like the Liberty Bell and Pumps, right? Oh, never mind.
In fairness, those are people eaters. They just have to have people go to them.
Yes. No, Liberty Bell. The next one is at the half. And I will be going on that a little bit later on to get us some video, so we have it for historical reference.
Wah, wah, wah. My favorite. So after the D23 announcement, and they came out, the Rivers of America are closing for cars, and we're losing Tom Sawyer Island and the riverboat. Somebody posted on some platform, I want to say Instagram, and they were at Target, and they went through, and it was a whole aisle of Cars toys, and they're like, "Look at all this Tom Sawyer stuff." Oh wait, and it's now forever what I will think of.
For me, it's always Dan and Swampy talking about Phineas and Ferb coming back, and they say, we were done. There was no more. Like we do movies every now and then all of a sudden on Disney Plus, it was one of the number one things watched, and they went, "Hey, we can make some more money."
It's
so
true.
if you really want the island to stay, hop in a time machine, go back and watch the Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Tom and Huck.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know if that's
eat at Aunt Polly's before that closed.
Yeah.
And keep eating there.
Yeah, I also will say that I absolutely hate the timed for the Liberty Bell. Like Mark Twain and Columbia, when it comes in, it unloads, it loads. Here it's every half hour.
Yeah.
So that can be a little bit. Anybody that has their phone near them, look at what that QR code brings up.
I mean, you're not supposed to do that because that's how you get things on your phone, but
it's Disney.
Oh, okay. Or unless some random just stuck the sticker there.
Yeah.
If you saw
just don't click
a
unless it
USB
takes
port
you to Disney.
in a brick wall, would you just go pop something into it?
No, I'd plug in my plug first and then go.
These are tech safety lessons with Tony, by the way. Everybody take note. Hover and think before you click that link.
Remember, if you want to go play on Tom Sawyer Island or ride the Liberty Bell, you have, I don't know what day it is. It's 626. You have a week and a quarter or 3/4. July 6th is the last day to get on these rides. So get to it.
When have you already visited Tom Sawyer Island for the last time, or is that something you're still yet to do?
It's something I'm yet to do. I will probably do that early next week. I'm not going to wait until the last day. I don't even know if I'll be here on the last day of this. I'll come maybe the next day. I don't think they'll have the walls up, but I'm guessing within a few days they will have this thing drained and walls up. And then I'll be riding Tiana's every visit.
Do you think it'll be drained that quickly? Because I remember when they drained it
I think they will,
a while ago, and it took a while.
Yeah, I think they'll start to drain it because they have to. I'm guessing that they already have the dam in place on the other side of Big Thunder, and then I don't even know where the water is going to go.
Because I know there were permits filed a number of months ago about basically the redistribution of the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was kind of a hiccup, but I think it got squared away. Don't quote me on that. But yeah.
And of course, Big Thunder still under a massive refurbishment.
Because the river there is not like California. It is connected to actual Florida bodies of water and streams. That's why you have incidents like the bear. What was it, 2 years ago, that got into the park?
I know why we have signs everywhere that say alligators and snakes in the area because they live here. No,
when I worked in
judging from the concept art where I'm standing right now will be where the mouth of the river, quote unquote, will be for Piston Peak.
That's what I'm more curious about, is how much of this will remain waterborne in some way.
None of this will be this water.
Oh no,
That's
not at all.
yeah, it'll be nice because it will all be filtered. I was talking to somebody, I was like, it'll be filtered and clean and full of people throwing all their last pennies into it within days.
Are there any smashed penny machines for Tom Sawyer Island or the riverboat?
No.
There's about to be. Come back next week. No, I'm joking.
You can watch the line grow.
Yep. You're a big fan of Disney Cruise Line and Roosevelt shirts. Not that those are connected inherently, but did you see yesterday's Roosevelt's drops with one of them called Garden Glow?
No, the only one that I saw was the Peter Pan, and by the time I saw it and got over there, yeah, my size was sold out.
Sorry. I didn't even know where they were. Where were they?
On the app.
Oh, okay. So on the app, they did a drop of like 2 floral designs. No, one was Mickey, one was Star Wars, one was floral. And the floral one was called Garden Glow. And I immediately thought of Believe on the Disney Cruise Line on the Dream and the Fantasy, the show.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a song, What Makes the Garden Grow?
Oh,
But I was singing it, What Makes the Garden Glow?
Oh, look.
And my wife goes, absolutely not. I could not. I was not allowed to buy that shirt for that reason.
No. New prop in the queue at
The
Clarkdale Dry Goods, the green next to the tarp. That one is definitely new. But yeah, the tarp. I feel like that's the only thing that is different so far.
And we're still looking at early next year for the reopening of this, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's right, folks. If you are keeping track, Liberty Bell, Tom Sawyer Island, Big Thunder Mountain, basically this whole large swath of Frontierland will be closed starting July 6th, 7th.
Can you put in the notes or a link to the photos of the deforestation going on behind this area?
I can. After I post Alex's comment here, they are making a Lilo and Stitch sequel. Liberty closing hours 8 p.m. and Tom Sawyer Island closing at 7:30 for it. Oh, on its last day. Were they from our site, Jeremiah?
Yes, it was land clearing for Villains Land. I don't remember what the exact title was, but these photos do not do the amount of clearing they're doing justice behind this area. I've worked as a cast member. I've been a fan. I've been all over property where I can only go as a guest and when I could be a cast member. And this is probably the most drastic I think I've ever seen of any construction. And those photos were when they were still just working on clearing some of the trees. So Villains Land is going to be, I can't say it's going to be massive because we don't know how much of all of that will be Villains Land or backstage or whatever is going to happen. But it's pretty massive.
Well, it's from a while ago. That's why.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. Sorry. Good note. Don't put your hand on these rocks. They are very hot. Is my video becoming very choppy?
Right there it was.
Okay.
Fred says, did you guys hear about the new Marvel show, Iron Man and His Awesome Friends? Yes, it is connected to, it's a Disney Junior show, and it's connected to Spidey and his amazing friends.
We just put up an article about that a little while ago also.
I'm sure we did. I have been ranting about the Florida Animation Studio, which you can find now on laughingplace.com. But yeah.
Let's go down and take a look at what's going on with Beacon Barrel. I will probably be doing something I never do once I get off this live stream, and that'll be getting ice cream from the park. I was
That'll be
very
fun.
close to getting it before I came on, but my choice was ice cream or people mover. And I decided to do the people mover, which I made it off with what, like 30 seconds to spare.
Yeah, it was close. Secretly, I hope you were just starting the ride, but that's okay.
Sorry, I've definitely learned that sitting in the middle of the walk, I'm sorry, that going on attractions with the gimbal does not work that well, because though I may be facing forward, when all of a sudden I turn, it starts doing this and that, and you don't know which way it's facing. So Beacon Barrel coming soon to a face painting location near you.
I have to remind people sometimes too, that was marked for closure before COVID.
Well, it closed before COVID. It was closed and empty before COVID.
It was the official date is when they opened in July 2020. But yes.
They finally put the wall all the way out. So the sign that used to say Pirate League and everything is now gone. Pirates does have a 20-minute wait, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes for Pirates.
How does that wall impact the gift shop?
They finished with the gift shop. We can walk in there some. The gift shop was the first part that they did, and they cut off some of the gift shop and pushed it out. The most awkward part is when you get off the attraction, where you used to be able to walk straight and you'd walk right into the gift shop. Now you have to turn a corner because they blew out that wall to put part of the Beacon Barrel that far back. So this used to be blown out a little bit more. Speaking of Roosevelt's.
Wow.
Along with the Jungle Cruise Golden Book. Yeah, where this used to be further this way.
Yeah.
Now it's all flush. Because this used to be the saving place to go when it would rain. Now it's a little more cramped. But yeah, so yeah, this used to just be more of the shop and you'd walk out. Now,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, you won't even notice in a little while.
Alex says for your ice cream, Sunshine Tree Terrace or Aloha Isle. Where are you going?
I will probably just go to Main Street because I don't need either a Dole Whip or whatchamacallit, citrus roll. I want some pure, good old soft serve ice cream.
Where are you getting that on Main Street?
Main Street ice cream place?
I thought that was Hard Scoop.
Yes.
Presented by
it
Ease.
Is.
Okay.
I'm walking very slowly because there are definitely cracks in the wall. And while we don't encourage or endorse looking through cracks at construction, we all do it. I will say, even though it is warm, the humidity isn't horrible. So it's not the worst day so far, but it's not like the other day where it was cloudy all day long and just sat like at a nice 85. Like, yes, I could do those days every year. Need some strollers?
That sky looks a little different. I'm about 6 miles from you right now. You have a lot more clouds than I do. So I'm curious if stuff is starting to form.
I haven't heard anything. We have, for those of you not in Florida or who haven't visited, we've had some intense thunderstorms recently.
Yeah. According to what I have, we're gonna get there's a 15% of chance of storms at 4 o'clock ish.
So normal.
That might be where you are then, the 15%.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the comments, they're talking about Ironheart. Fred's asking if anybody's watched it. Luke says he has watched the first 2 episodes, and Alex says he has
I
watched
watched
the
all
first 3,
3.
and they blew their mind.
Yes, very. So I'm, diehard Marvel fan, and Ironheart to me, I didn't really know which direction it was going to be going because, it's Ironheart. For those of you who don't know, is Riri Williams. She was in Wakanda Forever, and she's a genius, and she creates her own Iron Man suit, for lack of a better term. And this, the trailers were kind of like, oh, it's going to be about a heist. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in this show, and I feel like the last 3 episodes are going to really open up a new world for us. So get out there and watch it, so that way we can have an Ironheart attraction at some point. Retheme Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster with Ironheart. Okay, this is the best use of leaves ever. Bryce, don't mind me.
Oh, is that pins on leaves?
Yeah. It's actually from the treehouse. So
That's fun. So they're fake leaves.
there you go. Thank you, Bryce.
Okay, now that you
Yeah,
stepped
from the
away, you
hurricane.
couldn't hear what he said. So what did he say?
Yeah, I know. It's like, during the last hurricane, some blew off and they picked it up and they said, you know what? Let's make this a pin board.
That's
So,
fun.
yeah. Is this railing different?
I feel like weren't there rocks that were benches and stuff that whole way?
No, because they had the backdrop here, and that's the benches.
I thought the benches were along that because that used to be the smoking area, if memory serves.
I guess we're both wrong because looking at the damage of this and the
Maybe they
painting
were
coming
behind
off,
the rocks?
it's been there for. Yeah, I guess I'm so used to seeing the photo backdrops there. Wasn't this concrete difference? Yes, it was.
Your picture's starting to also get a little. No, it's balancing out.
Yeah, it's solar flares.
Probably. We should try and go see Gantu from afar if the timing's right on that.
I don't know, Tony. What's the timing for that?
Well, it was 20 minutes. Yeah, he might be leaving. If it was Stitch and Angel and then him, he would probably be just wrapping up.
I'm pulling back the curtain a little bit. Tony, look at Cabal.
I missed that. Let's look.
Yeah, so we're heading into the hub. The 100 Years of Magic statues are still here. I know it was 100 Years of Magic. I can't remember what the tag for it was. I believe it was last night. Yes.
If we go over there, we'll see Dr. Hamstervale.
Okay. That'll work. We'll go full circle.
Yep, full circle, 626 day. That way some people get some 626 fun who joined us later.
I will also say earlier, when they brought out Dr. Hamsterville for the first time, and the cast members on the stage like, okay, everybody, let's hear some cheers for Dr. Hamsterville. Dead silent. You can't expect people to know the character from a cartoon, a series, an animated series from how long ago, Tony? 10 years? 15 years?
I would say longer because I'm pretty sure it was after the movie.
Was it 02?
I would guess a little after that, maybe 04. Let me see. Because you also had like at least 3 direct-to-video sequels. It was 2003.
Yeah, I did not watch. I've not even watched Lilo and Stitch 2. So
premiered as part of
those were-
ABC Kids, not even directly on Disney Channel right away. That's fun. Yeah, it came to Disney Channel a month later.
Yes, but for those of you who don't know, Dr. Hamsterville was the notorious villainous hamster.
Not to be confused with the hamster in Bolt, who is not villainous.
No. Rhino.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like hamsters are frequent. Hamster and Gretel. He's a superhero. We don't have more of that show coming because Dan and Swampy went back to Phineas and Ferb. But that's okay.
That show did win numerous Emmys.
What did?
Hamster and Gretel.
I think it was nominated for like 1 or 2. I don't think.
Well, his daughter, who is the voice of
Gretel,
I believe she won.
I don't think so. I think she was nominated, but I don't think she won.
I know she was nominated, but I thought she had won. Also, very random puddles with no rain. I don't know where these puddles are coming from.
Firework washdown remnants from the night before.
You walked outside this morning. You think there's any water that hasn't evaporated by this point?
Oh, weird. I don't like that. I was looking up the awards, and it gave like a paragraph of critical response, and my review is in there. So that was weird. I didn't like that.
What you get? I often will see my things pop up from early in my Laughing Place career. I was like, oh, okay.
She was nominated but did not win for Outstanding Younger Voice Performance. But it did win for Outstanding Individual Achievement in Character Animation. One of the animators won at the 2023 Children's and Family Emmy Awards.
Hey, I'm sorry you can't hear this, but there is Dr. Hamsterville dancing to Katy Perry's Fireworks.
Fred wants to know if you've seen Leroy at all.
No Leroy today. Uh-oh. So there you go. You got Dr. Hammond reveal and experiment phase at the same time.
That's good fun. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us from the Magic Kingdom today. We're going to let Jeremiah go get some ice cream. Soft serve from the hard scooped Edie's location. I'll figure that out later.
I'm going to melt it down. That's what I'm going to do.
Got it. Remember to like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live with our little box like this. Stay tuned. Later in the week, we'll have more Disney Trivia live. And then next week, all of our usual content like Disney Parks Talk, more walk and talks, and just more fun. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Adios.